it's Lela. I'm Lela Mikey. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You can find me at lelamikey.com. And my little business is Serenity Cards and Coaching. Welcome to, I don't know what week we're in. Maybe week 8 of 12 weeks to a Wow Christmas with Lela. And today we are going to make an exploding box with drawers. So excited to show you this, guys. So this is what we're gonna make today. You open it, and then it explodes, and there's little drawers inside, and this one has a little shelf. Got a little tag on the outside. This one has, and you can see it's got like a little notch so you can open the drawer. This has a little book, and I think that's about it. This one's just lined regular. Oh no, that one has a shelf too, and then this last one just has some lining. I even have the bottom lined and the inside lid lined because I love the details on this guy. And so we're gonna make we're actually going to make this one today. So we're going to make a purple and silver one. I guess a little bow fell off. I'm going to show you how to make this guy, a variation of this guy. And then in the very end, we'll open this one. That is a gift for someone on my team who just achieved the status of silver. And I'm so proud of her. And I love to reward my team. And so we're actually going to see the gift being opened here. So, but let's go ahead and get started. So this is 12 weeks to a Wow Christmas. I do 3 cycles. And so we're in the second cycle. I do a card, a bag, a box, and something fun. So this is the box. Next week we'll be doing the something fun. And this particular box takes quite a bit of paper. So we need a 12 by 12 for the base. So we're going to start with 12 inch by 12 inch. We're going to score on each side at 4 and 8 inches. And then we're going to come back in and score on each side at 6 and 7/8. And I don't expect you to catch all these measurements. I mean, I offer this to you for fun and for free. So if you catch them all here, great. Many times that's how I watch a video. I just capture all the measurements right there. But if you want to, you could go to lelamikey.com, sign up for my newsletter. I'm pretty careful and mindful and intentional about what I send out, but every weekend I send out 12 weeks to a Wow Christmas. So, all right, so I've done my 4 inch and my 8 inch. Now I'm going to do my 6 and 7/8. And what's in there? There's a free PDF which has step by step instructions. So this is the 1/8 inch. I don't know if you can see this. This is our simply scored scoring tool. And these little notches right here are 1/8 of an inch. So it's 1/7 of an 1/8. I'm going to go from the edge to the first score line. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to go all the way around and do that. And I'm doing a little bit different color today. Normally I've been doing the 12 weeks using the Traditions of St. Nick designer series paper and then also the Marion Bright designer series paper. But today I decided to go a little bit purple, very festive, and I'll show you the examples at the end. Well, I just showed you the example with the Simply Scored, and then I'll show you an example at the end with the Traditions of St. Nick. So now, if you can see, we've got, well, 4 corners, right? That's the 4 by 8. And then further it goes to the 6 and 7/8. So we're going to go ahead and cut on the score line. If you have a longer scissors, that would be better. Sadly, we don't sell these anymore, but if you had a longer scissors, that would be better for this type of activity. But if not, you can use your snips. That'll be great. And we're going to cut around all 4 corners and take the 4 rectangles out And then we're just gonna be left with a little, kind of a little rectangle. I'll show you. So I'm just cutting all the way around. Now, what is an interesting thing for you to know? An interesting thing for you to know is that I sell a kit that has all 12 weeks of Christmas in it. And some weeks where it's just a matter of, you know, massaging the designer series paper, like last week it was a bag, that's up to you. But this week I actually cut all these ahead of time and I send you a cut version. And so I've done that. It's wow. I'm hoping you guys learn these things and they become part of your library. Like, I plan to make quite a few of these boxes and give them as gifts. I think they can hold a number of fun things. And I'm really hoping you learn how to make these, right? So in order to kind of support that and encourage that, I create kits. And basically my philosophy is, let me do the hard part for you the first time so you can learn it. And then once you kind of see what it's supposed to look like, then from there, then you can repeat it again and again and again. And my PDFs are super descriptive as well with lots of photos. So, all right, so I've got my base cut and I'm coming in. I should be using my Serenity Sisters bone folder. So we'll do that. If you join my team, actually just for joining, for the first time, I give you a bone folder. I love to spoil my customers and my team I really just do this whole thing because I love it. So even if you're just watching and you're a follower, please please subscribe, by the way, please comment. It makes more of a difference than you can even imagine. I just love to share knowledge. Okay, so that's our base. I'm going to set that aside. That was kind of piece number 1. Now, let's go to piece number 2. We've got a few different things to make. We're going to make a drawer, and we're going to make a drawer kind of holder. And so the drawer holder is cut to, got it right here. Okay. The drawer holder is cut to 4 by 8 1/4, and then we're going to score it at 2 3/4, 3 7/8, 6 5/8, 7 3/4. Again, the PDF will have pictures and step-by-step instructions and measurements, but this is your 4-inch, this is your 8 1/4, and then I've scored 2 3/4, 3 7/8, 6 5/8, 7 3/4. And I need 4 of those here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got those. And then I also need 4 of 2 5/8 by 3 3/4. We've got those. I'm going to set those aside. This is going to be our drawer holder. We're going to set that aside for right now, and we'll come back to it. Next, we need the drawer itself, and I am going to show you a couple steps with the drawer itself. So the drawer itself, we need 4 at 4 3/4 by 6 1/16. That's a funny little size. And then we're going to score all the way around the edge at 1 1/16. So I'm going to take a moment and show you that. I did learn this from a gal, and I really think she's in Ireland. Was in Ireland. This was a video. Well, first I saw it from a woman, Srushti Patil. And then hers were all in metric. And then I saw another gal do it in Ireland, but she's not around anymore, sadly. Her name was, I think, Kathy. So, anyway, so I'm trusting her. I know her measurements because I've used them. But these little 1/16, the little 1/8 that we're going to see, they really, really matter. So we're going to do 6 1/16, and I'm going to show you what that is here. Because you'll see when we go to fit everything together, it really matters, that little 1/8 and 1/16. So the first thing I'm going to do with my trimmer is I'm going to open my arm. Whenever I want to go beyond the 6 inches, I need to open my arm. I'm going to push my paper all along the lid, and then the 1/16 is going to be the very first notch. So whereas on the Simply Scored, those are 1/8 inch marks, on the trimmer, those are 1/16 inch marks. So I'm going to go to the very first notch and I'm going to score it right there. That's going to be my 6 1/16. Let me get it down because I don't really want to score in the air. That's not very stable. I'm going to push all the way up and I'm going to cut to 6 1/16. And then I'm going to do 4 3/4. And I've already done 2 of these already, so I'm just doing the final 2. I wanted to show you how to do it. So 4 3/4 and 4 3/4. And while I'm here, I'll just show you anyway that 4 3/4 is, so that's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and then that would be 4/4 or an inch, right? So I did it at 4 3/4. So I lined everything up. I got the edge right there, and then I sliced it right there. Okay, now what we want to do, and I can shut this guy because I'm all done with my long edges. Now what we want to do, we need to score at 1/16 of an inch all the way around. I told you my Simply Scored is 1/8 of an inch, so I can't score that at 1/16 of an inch. So I've got to come in over here. The way I'm going to do this is, I could go this way and do it at 1/16, but what I love about our trimmer is that I can do it on either side. So I'm going to keep my door open and I'm going to go to 1 1/16. And then I'm going to take my, now we do have 2 different blades. That one cuts and then there's a light gray one that scores. I actually just like to come in with my bone folder. Works perfectly fine. So that's 1 1/16. And I'm going to go all the way around all 4 edges and do that. Again, if you get the kit, the first time you do this, this is all cut for you. And you've got this video to refer back to. You've got the PDF to refer back to. I also have a free Stamp with Lela gathering every Monday night on Zoom. So that was one of them. And we're going to do one more at 1/16 all the way around. I have a gathering every Monday night. My 6 p.m., I'm in California. We have people come from all over the country, really. We have people come from the East Coast, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. We have Texas. Okay, I'm doing 1/16 all the way around. And we just get together and it's just kind of like a little, I don't know, a little quilting circle. I don't know, we just get together and share. But you could come to those anytime and ask questions. All right, so I've already done 2. So now I'm finishing that out and now I've got my 4. So that's my 4 of those. And then this guy is, so this is the drawer. You're going to see what I mean by that in a minute. And then we're going to have a liner for the drawer. And the liner for the drawer, we need 4 at 2.5 by 3 3/4. So, and that's this designer series paper. All right, so we're humming along here. I've got that guy, I've got that guy. Okay, did I show you the lid yet? I don't think I showed you the lid yet. So the lid is, you only need 1. You're going to do 6.5 by 6.5, and then you're going to score at 1 1/4 inch all the way around. And so I've done that for the lid, and then we're going to get some liners for the designer series paper. For actually I do 4 because I do the top of the lid, the underneath, I do the bottom, and both sides of the bottom. And we're going to do that at 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. Sometimes if you don't like the 7/8, you could do 3. You could come in this case, if you're just doing a designer series paper, you could go down and go to the next, like, smallest 4th, and then you're just going to have a little more of a cardstock border. But anyway, we did 4 of 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then I did a bunch. I probably didn't do enough, but it'll be enough for us to get through. I was running a little low on this paper, so normally I would do 1 inch by 3 7/8 inch, and that's so that we could get the lid all decorated. 1 inch would have been just a little bit wider, but I told you I was running a little shy, So I did 3/4 inch. But anyway, 3 7/8 inches the length, 1 inch is the desired width. And we need actually 12 of those to do all of our lining. So that's that guy. Again, all of this is in the PDF. And I've even broken it down in case you want a different color for the box lid or whatever. So, okay, I feel like that's all the pieces. So now let's get to the assembly. Let's start with the lid. So we've got our lid. We cut it 6.5 by 6.5, and then we score it all the way around. So now I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna create tabs. So I'm gonna cut, and you wanna cut exactly like in the middle of the line if you can. I've gone too far that way and I've gone too far that way. And you want to be like Goldilocks and get it just right. So I'm going to make a little tab there. That went a little too far over, so we will just give ourselves grace about that. So I'm going to cut a little tab right there. And I don't want to go any farther than that score line, so I'm going to cut a little tab right there. You know what, I think I'll start from here. That'll go better. Okay. So I'm not used to using these big scissors, but because I was working with kind of the 12 by 12 sheet, I wanted a little bigger piece. So let's see, I'll come in, kind of like it this way better where I can start at the score line. Then we'll do the final tab down here. And I'm putting notches on the tab so that I get a very nice fold on my lid. Okay. So that's it. We'll clean these away. This is my lid. I'm going to score everywhere, so I've got a nice burnish all the way around. I can't wait to show you the inside. I cannot wait to show you because I've already, I gussied it all up as though it was a real gift. And I'm like, I want this gift. Anyway, it's super fun. I do that at Christmas sometimes. One for you, one for me, but I didn't in this case. Okay, so now, so that's what we want for our lid. And I'm gonna use Tombow glue. You could use tear and tape. You could use a very, very strong, like double-sided tape if you've got one, and tape it up really well, but I like glue. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Tombow right here. I'm going to go ahead and do a tab and then get my corner perfectly lined up. I'm going to hold it for just a minute. And because we cut extra off of this, there's nothing coming off the top, so we like that. And you know what? I'm going to undo that because I forgot why I was starting with the lid. I want to get all these on first. It's going to go a lot easier if I do these first. So thank you for your grace while we undo that. That's what I love about glue. I can, if it's still wet, I can undo it and come back to it later. So what I'm doing is I'm getting the lining on the box top, and then it's going to go easier if I do it before the box top is assembled. I can tell you from experience that you do not want to also put these on the inside, especially if it's this thick glittery paper like this. Do you like this paper? It's new. We just got it in our online exclusives. It just went live, and it comes, there's like 2 Highland Heather sheets, there's 2 pretty peacock, and then there's 2 petal pink. Oh my gosh, is it pretty? That's what I used. I used the peacock on the one that I showed you originally. Oh my gosh, is it pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm already running out of it. I've been using this purple on snowflake cards. So pretty. Okay, we're gonna do that. Let's go ahead and do I've been trying to line this up centered all the way around. If you had 1 inch, it'd be better. You wouldn't have to worry about it, but I've been kind of trying to think, is it going to be lined up all the way around? And I've been trying to align it between the two score lines. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put this on too. Now this is super fun. You could do any decoration that you want. You could do any color. I mean, the sky's the limit with this. Literally, the sky's the limit. I just got a sneak peek at our next catalog, and there's some fun things. There's a hot air balloon. It's super cute. So, all right. So I've got that, and I'm just gonna check that it's not over the score lines, right? So that's good. Okay. And because I had my little glue boo-boo. All right, we're not putting any on the inside, but we're gonna put this on the inside while we're here. All right. Yeah, I've done this in, well, I showed you the one, and then the one I haven't showed you yet is the St. Nick Santa, and that one turned out good too. I love making explosion boxes. I've done small ones, I've done big ones. I've never done them with drawers, so this is the first year we've got one with drawers. But I have made them for Bob, and I have like multiple layers coming out and scrapbooks, and they're just super fun. So, all right, let's see if I've got that. This will be okay on the inside. I don't think this will interfere with the mechanism and the opening and the closing. Okay, now that we've got that done, now let's go back to getting our tab set up. Very good. Very good, very good. So I didn't have a lot of 12 by 12 paper, so I used one 12 by 12 for the base. You saw that I had to. And then I used 5 sheets for the lid and the drawers and the enclosure. I mean the drawers and there's a drawer case and a drawer inside. So I had to use 5 for those. And then I've got quite a bit of scraps left over. So it is possible if you kind of mix colors and you get like a color. We sell cards, like you couldn't get a whole pack of Highland Heather, but you could get maybe the family that it comes in, and you could mix and match some of the colors. And then you could get 12 by 12. And then you would wouldn't need 5 sheets. But otherwise, just so you know, if you're making it on your own, you're going to have one 12 by 12, and then you're going to use 5 cardstock sheets. And then you're going to have scraps left over. And then the DSP, I don't know, maybe a sheet. Maybe a little more than a sheet. I don't know. But, oh my gosh, this is something, the lady that I watched, she said she was going to use this as a jewelry box on her dresser. And I can really see that. Like my bathroom's purple, I may do that. Although, bathroom, get wet, but I may do that. I have a shelf I could put it on. Be really pretty in there. Got a little amethyst stone and lavender soap. Super fun. I love purple too. Although the reason I'm making purple, it's for a team member and she loves that color. All right, you guys, that's our box. Our lid is, that's our lid. Our lid is done. So you can see that. It's nice. We're just gonna set it off to the side. That's that. Now let's get to the making of what's next. This guy is the box itself. So I'm just going to show you how to make one of them. So this is, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did with the lid. We're going to cut up from the edge, and then we're going to make a couple tabs so that it closes nicely. I like that idea. Let me start there from the score line, and then that'll work. Okay, now we're going to cut this end. I first saw this video with, I told you, Srushti, S-R-U, S-H-T-I, Patil. Oh my gosh, she is amazing. But you know what? Her video was like 3 minutes and it was all in centimeters. So I started like interpreting it into imperial. Like I started translating it, and then I'm like, let me just see if anybody else has. And somebody had, so that was amazing. All right, so now this is going to be the box base. I'm going to come in. It's a little bit sad to see that the demo who made this in imperial, she's not around anymore. And then I think somebody hijacked her. Oopsie. Now there's some other person who hijacked. She had a good amount of followers, and somebody hijacked her account. That wasn't very nice. But her blog's gone and everything. And she said, oh, go to my blog for the measurements. They weren't there, so I just had to follow the video and figure it out from the video, which I don't mind. I love to do, you guys. Honestly, I love almost the mechanism more than the decorating. Although when I have someone in mind, I really love to decorate because I have someone in mind. Okay. So now we're just going to get this all sealed up. This is going to be a box. It's going to go inside of a wrapping. And so we're just going to put a little liner. We're going to put a little front on it. But we don't have to decorate. Oh, let's see. We do need to decorate 2 sides because I'll show you. It's kind of cool. Okay, so we're lining. Getting that line. I don't know if I picked the best sequence. You're seeing like little piece by little piece. And then you'll see the thing come together, but that's okay. Got to do it all anyway. If you're going to do it. It's really fun. I was so proud the first day I did it. Oh my gosh. Well, I think I'm kind of proud every time I do it. It's like, it's working. It's kind of cool. All right. That's our little box. So we're going to do that 4 times. I'm not going to do that right now, but you're going to do that 4 times. And then we've got a liner on the inside. So we're going to put a liner on the inside. I did put instructions in the PDF if you want to make a little shelf. So I didn't cut a shelf right now, so if I can do it pretty quickly, maybe I'll come back and do a shelf for you. But basically, you take the same kind of size, only way smaller. You completely cut away those corners, and then you just pop the shelf in there. So I'll show you one that's done, actually. And I'll at least try to tell you the measurements. Okay, so that's our shelf. That's our drawer. We're going to put that to the side. And now we're going to do the wrapping that goes around the drawer. Same thing, I got my bone folder, and this is the one where we cut it and then we just scored on the long side. I'm going to go ahead and score. If you got the kit from me, all of this cutting and scoring is done for you. Okay, this case, because I can, and it fits like just exactly, I'm using my tear and tape. But you could use glue, you could use your tape runner, or whatever you want to do. But I'm going to go ahead and put my tear and tape on the tab. And then I don't want the adhesive to go beyond the edge, so sometimes if I pull it too far off, I just kind of roll the adhesive back. I'm going to hold that, and then I'm going to fold that over. So it's a nice little contained like drawer holder. And then you know me, I always like to kind of go back and forth to make sure I've got a really good burnish everywhere. And if everything's perfect, your drawer is going to go in and out perfectly, right? So that's our drawer. We're going to do that times 4. And then we're going to get this on the card base. And there's one little thing. Oh, okay. Let's do this first. Okay. So I cut 4 pieces of 2.5 by 1. And I'm going to attach 1 to the front of the drawer. I don't need it on the back because you're not going to see the back. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that right there. Sometimes I use my bone folder just to get a good burnish. Like that. And then I'm going to use a hole punch. And the one that's working best for me with my grip strength is this little guy. This guy's, I don't know, I think he's 3/4 of an inch. You might want to go up to 1 inch if you can, but this one, I think I had taken a part of the piece off a few years ago, so it's just, I'm getting a better grip with it. So regardless, what you want to do is you want to put a little kind of pull action right there. So you could put a little notch so you can pull it open. And honestly, you could also just leave it completely intact, glue a little ribbon inside of there, and use a pull tab for a little ribbon. I think that would be super cute too. But that's our drawer, you guys. So now what are we going to do? We're going to glue our drawer onto our box base. So I can pick any corner, doesn't matter. I'm going to get glue. I'm going to go all the way into the corners. I don't want to go beyond the score line, and I think I did, so I'm going to come in and clean that up because I don't want a little mess. My little baby wipe right here, and I'm just gonna clean that up because I don't want to go beyond the score line. Dries pretty quickly, so I'm gonna go ahead and now how I'm gonna do it. You can do it any which way. It's gonna fit exactly. I'm gonna do it like this so that I know that I'm lined up every way that I need to be lined up. I know that I'm not going too far that way because it's fitting just nicely. I know that I'm not going too far either one of those ways because it's fitting just in the middle. That's perfect. And now I'm actually going to take the drawer out and I'm going to burnish so that it's really staying very nicely. And then I'm going to burnish it this way. When you've done good scoring and good building, you can get a lot of movement like this out of your pieces, and that's great. So you guys, that is it times 4. So we're going to do one other thing, and that is we need to put a piece on top. So I've got those cut too. These are 4 of 2 5/8 by 3 3/4. I'm going to put that just right nicely on top. I'm going to adhere that. And then there's one other step we need to do. We need to, so again, I want to make sure that's good and burnished. I'm going to make sure it's on. So I want to put these on both sides, and you'll see why in a minute. So I could do it at any point, but I'll do it right now. You'll see why it's really critical to at least have one side done, but why wouldn't you do both sides? Because you want it nice and lined and pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. Again, probably gonna be better off with 1 inch, but I was running out of this dazzle paper, so I did 3/4 of an inch wide. And all of these guys, I ended up using the same paper in the same size. So the ones that go along the sides, the ones that go along the box top, I ended up using all the same size, but you can mix it up for sure. So let's get one more over here. And I want to clean up that glue. There is a very cool new tool coming out that I can't wait to share with you. And you probably won't see me working on videos with grid paper too much longer. You'll see me working on a different surface. I know I'm giving you too many sneak peeks. Let's just stick with what we've got right now. We've got lots of amazing stuff right now. All right, so that's good. Now I can put my drawer in. Now let me show you how it works. Oh no, let's tease you one more moment. Let's put this on the inside bottom here. Okay, so here's some other things, staying in the moment, not looking ahead to the super fun stuff that's coming out. Some things to know are through the month of November, I'm having a lot of different, of course, focusing on Christmas and the holidays. So I've got a lot of different things I'm showing. Continue watching the 12 weeks of Christmas. I have in-person classes. I have more videos coming out. I've been focusing on the snowflake punch with this fun paper, actually. And then there's a special. So depending on when you're watching this, today's November, Sunday, November like 11th or whatever. On November 14th through 16th, there's an amazing special. Amazing. You can get cardstock and ink and blends, re-inkers, all at a great discount. Okay, if we were to have all 4 sides up, this is what this would be like. And I know I should have done all 4, but I was trying to save your time. So, oh, let's get that underside done too. So how it's going to work is this comes up and this side is there, and then this comes up and this side is there. So let's get this guy decorated too. And this is going to be the same size that fits on both sizes. And then I'll show you a finished one in a minute. Maybe I could have done a different order. You guys, I never do the same order twice. I never. And I even took notes watching that lady, and I'm like, I took notes about the sequence that she followed, but you got to do it all anyway. So, all right. So you're going to decorate all 4. So every side, every 4 side is going to be decorated with one of those. Every inside is going to have a box on it. And then you're going to close it like this with your lid. Oh my gosh, isn't that cool? So I'll show you a finished one, but isn't that cool? So that's the nuts and bolts of it. That's all of it. And then I'm also going to put this last one on the bottom, by the way. And so anyway, that's the nuts and bolts of it. We've done every single stitch. So let's look at this one. Now, I want to tell you right now, Jennifer, if you're watching this video, don't watch from here on out, because this is your gift for achieving silver. So Jennifer, stop the video. Stop the video. But Jennifer on my team recently achieved silver, and I love to celebrate when people on my team achieve things. And by the way, it wasn't easy. Like, it takes a certain amount of sales and team members and all of that. So I love to celebrate people when they achieve accomplishments. So I took the snowflake tag. I told you I've been doing a lot of fun stuff with that. And I took our holographic paper and our letters, and I made the word silver, and then this is what the box looks like when you've got it all decorated all the way around. I used some different paper, ran out of that guy, but I used some different paper, kind of mixed it up a little bit. The way that I got this little lining right here is I'll show you that. I took this box out. I put the silver twine just in through there, pulled it out here, tied a little knot, wrapped around so the knot went on the inside. And that's how I got that nice little lining of silver. But let's keep looking at it. So let's open and let's do the reveal. So I put little bows on it, and I probably need to adhere them a little better because they keep falling off, even though I've got glue dots on it. Need to adhere them a little better, but oh my gosh, isn't this pretty? So let's open it. And the inside is lined nice and pretty, and then it's lined in the bottom nice and pretty. And here's our 4 little tabs. And you open. Again, I had a little different color variation. And then let's take a look. Let's see, I don't remember which drawer is which drawer. Okay, this one, here's the shelf I was telling you about, and the instructions are in the PDF, but basically you cut that. Let's see, I've got them right here. I can get the measurements. The shelf is 3 3/8 by 4 3/4, score on each side at 1/2. So 3 3/8 by 4 3/4, score at 1/2 inch. And then you cut out the little rectangles and you make a little piece that fits inside of there. And then you can put your little shelf in there. And then what I did, and I know I've been promising you guys, what I did, and I can't find the box where I did it now, but I just took my snips, I just took my scissors, I'm not going to do it now, but I went in and I cut a rectangle like that, like that, like that, like that, and then I put a ring in there. So, oh my gosh, it looks so cool. So, anyway, that's our shelf. In this case, it's a little book for Jennifer, so it's got a little note inside of it, and I used our matching marker to write a personal little note, so it like totally matches. Super fun. So that is that. And then let's work our way around. And in this drawer, whoa, how fun is this? She reached silver, so I gave her some little Hershey's Kisses. I feel like I want to eat one right now, but I won't. And then this one is the present. So this one is, she loves Highland Heather ribbon. And so I made a little, this is retired, I made a little bow and I kind of glued it down there. And then this is going to always stay in the back because it's upright like that. So it'll make a nice presentation when it drops down. And then here's her present. This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone on my team. I give the same thing to everyone when they get to silver. My team name is Serenity Sisters, and so the gift when you get to silver is a Serenity Prayer bracelet, and so it's just a little Serenity Prayer. So, oh my gosh, you guys, I want to get this gift. How fun would this be to get? So I'm gonna, I think I want to get this in her hands before I publish the video. Well, I did tell her not to look. Okay, I want to get this in her hands pretty soon, though. Our team meeting's next Saturday. By the way, if you're watching this and you want to come to our team meeting, we would love to have you come. We love to have guests. Kind of check it out. It's an awesome little community. It just is. I love our little community. So that's what that looks like. I can show you a couple more. So that's what that looks like all finished. And then this one, I mean, I already dismembered it, but let's do it dismembered and then let's rebuild it. But this one, this is the Marion Bright Designer Series paper. And so this is just a suggested pattern with that. If you got the kit, you got the garden green, and I cut everything for you. And then you got the ribbon. if you don't have sparkly paper like that, you could certainly take a different pattern in the designer series paper pack. But you basically, same thing, you've got your shelves. I wonder if this is the one where I put the slit. Let's just see. That's a little book. And that basically was 3 inches by 8 inches, the book. And then you score at 2, 4, 6, 8, and you just kind of tie a little ribbon around it. So it's just a little something, something. So that's that guy. And then the shelf again I told you about. Is there a shelf with a ring? No, that's another shelf. That's another book. I guess I did shelves on all of these. No, I don't have the one. I'll do it on here. I don't mind. I'll do it on here. So basically, you're going to take your snips and get a good poke in there. You're just going to cut a little rectangle. So I'm going to kind of go up that way. At first I thought that would be enough, just doing a little slit, but it wasn't. So then you kind of cut over a little bit. You don't want to use your big scissors for this because you just want to put a little ring in there. So then you're going to cut that. You're going to cut that. And then, I mean, you could spend some time doing it straighter if you wanted, but basically this ring that says I am enough, I actually bought one for a friend, and I'm going to put one in a little box for her. But here, this sweet little $10 ring would fit so nicely on a shelf. Put it in like that. And then how sweet is that? Oh my gosh, how sweet is that? Okay, so that's that guy. And then we seal them all up. Oh, did I do them backwards? Looks like I did them backwards. I can tell because I didn't do both of those sides that way. Isn't this just amazing? Like I could keep like doing it and undoing it and doing it and undoing it. So now this one I sealed a little bit differently. I didn't do the little silver ribbon. I just put little bows all the way around. And then I took, here's how I did this. I took a very long ribbon, and then I start on the, let me get it exactly in the middle. Put exactly in the middle, turn it over, and then I wrap this around this way and this around this way. I'm trying to make sure none of the ribbon turns. And I'm going to come back up to the top. Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. It is going to turn. Let me do it again. You go exactly in half. Start at the top in the middle. Turn it over. Keep everything straight so it's not curved on the side. Then when you get to the middle of the bottom, then you kind of pull them sideways like that. Kind of straighten everything up. Come up to the top. I'm going to straighten this here. Sorry, I got us a little crooked. Then I make sure I'm straight here. I come under here. And I pull. I've never seen anybody do this. I don't know if this is a Lela thing. I've never seen anybody do it, but I like to do it this way. And then I come over here. And then, where'd it go? I could tie a knot if I wanted, but I keep opening and closing the guy, so I'm not going to do that. But if I was finally giving it to someone, I would tie it in a knot so that it was secure. And then I would get my bow the size that I want. Love this silver and white ribbon. Love it, love it, love it. I would cut off my little edges. And then this one I made a little tag for. So I would just tie the tag in there probably before I tied the bow. So anyway, there you go. I've got my sweet little tag. And that's our little box, you guys. I will show you. And this one also didn't get finished yet, but I want to show it to you because my commitment to you is that I will show you examples with both the traditional Santa and the Merry and Bright sample all throughout all 12 weeks. So this is how I did the one with traditional Santa. I stamped the cute little Santa tag. This is the ribbon. This is the black and white checked ribbon. And then on the side, this is the side. So I basically had the Mossy Meadow on the top, and I have the Mossy Meadow spine, and then I've got the fireplace here. And this is with the cherry cobbler paper. I told you I didn't do everything right there. But that's the cherry cobbler version. I did want to show you how I did this bow also in this ribbon. So you can see that it's still on there and I didn't have to untie anything, right? So basically what I did was, and I would come in with a final lining right here. So I took the ribbon, I taped it here, went all the way over here, I taped it here nice and secure. I took another strip of ribbon, taped it here, went all the way around, tape it here. And then I made like a nice large bow with these bow makers. I have these in stock if you want, by the way. They make great bows, but I took a large bow and put it in the middle right there. And then you've got, and then I would come in with just those strips. And honestly, this paper is thin enough that I'm not worried. If it was the super shiny paper, like you're starting, the 1/8 inch and the 1/16 of an inch really starts to matter. So if you start to have that on the inside, that really starts to matter. It gets really harder and harder to close. But at this point, I would not have any qualms about putting a thinner piece of designer series paper, like 1 inch wide by whatever it was. I think 3 7/8 inches, just what, you know, whatever that width was. I think 3 7/8. I would go all the way around with that. So you guys in the kit, I think you got a Cajun Craze version. And there's a beautiful pattern of paper, filigree pattern that's in the Traditions of Saint Nick. So, but if you wanted to go on and make more, you could buy the pack of 12 by 12 and get some of the regals, and you could make some more of these. So you guys, that is our super amazing box today, and super grateful that you joined me. Please go to LelaMonkey.com to get on my list and get the PDF and get all the instructions. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.